Well, I still have to understand the data more. So we ask them, these are overall curriculum goals for, we ask the math teachers. So which are the important curriculum objectives that you want to achieve? The traditionally important ones, like getting good exam grades and so on. Don't know why they have increased so much. And then also the standard deviation have decreased. I still have to understand it. Now, this one we did not, this one we only did for the 2006. And we asked them for the curriculum goal for ICT use. Now you can see that in this case, this is using ICT for traditionally important goals. This is using ICT for lifelong learning goals. And you can see again, this bar, that means that these are the quartiles, okay? So this is the median, first quartile, and then I think this is the 95th percentile. So you can see the spread in terms of the lifelong learning use of ICT is much wider. And then the obstacles as experienced by teachers. These all show decrease. The biggest decrease is school infrastructure. Okay? That one, the teacher is, meaning the teacher's lack of, they say they don't have the knowledge or they don't have the time and so on, is, decrease also. And that's the school policy. They also feel that, the school level obstacle has reduced somewhat. But then, and then this is the, that file was the 98, sorry. This is the 2006. And then you can see that we asked them for their overall curriculum orientation. That means what do they do? What do they do in classroom mostly? And then this is what do they do using computers. And you can see that in this case, the traditional activity is highest. And then the lifelong learning, and then the connectedness activities. Now this one is clearly that achieving these through the use of ICT is much lower, okay? But also if you see the spread is much wider. It's already very wide here. So the overall curriculum orientation between schools is very different. But in this case, this is even wider. So what's the impact of ICT use on students' learning outcomes? Well, I have no time, so I have to really run through it. So first of all, we did the study in 2007 looking at students' information literacy skills, and it's 7 kinds of skills. How to define, or so if you want to search for information, you need to define the appropriate information needs, and then how to access, how to organize the information, how to integrate using tools to synthesize and summarize and compare and contrast information, how to apply designs for or inventing information format and ICT environment, and then how to communicate, and then how to evaluate. So we did 3 sets of tasks. We were actually doing the study in both primary 5 and also in secondary 2. In primary 5, we gave them a technical task, a general task. So this one was planning a trip, and then searching for information, and then making a presentation on the trip around Hong Kong for a day, so to say. And then we gave the same task, exactly the same task, to primary 5 and secondary 2 students to find out, whether there is any significant difference, between them. And then we were also wanting to, Okay, so in this case, you can see that in fact the pattern on the right hand side is secondary. Now of course the secondary school students are slightly better, but not too much better. This box plot is box plot of the school means. So you see the mean, so not the students, the school mean. So the achievement, the mean achievement across schools is huge. And then we can see that things like access, this is access. So accessing information the students know, they can define somewhat, manage, and then this is integrate, create, communicate. So these are the much more challenging aspects for them. And then for the science, you can see a similar pattern. And the science is only for the secondary school students. This is the mathematics. And again, the mathematics is for primary 5, and it's very similar. So the integrate and evaluate are more difficult. And then the Chinese language, we did it for both primary 5 and also secondary 2. And it's very interesting. Now in this case, both for the science and the mathematics, we have rather subject-specific tools. Say for science, we use simulations and so on. For the mathematics, we use some manipulative tools, like on, say, for geometry and so on. So they are more subject-specific. But in this case, you can see for the Chinese language is more general tools. So the difference is much less across the domains. This is the secondary. Now, okay, and it was just happened that one international school, knowing that we have done it, plea that we do something for the students, and because they were doing, it's a primary school, an international primary school in Hong Kong. And they also teach Chinese as a second language to the students. And so it gives us a good comparison. Of course, I mean, we cannot quite compare because it's one school versus, say, 40-something schools, local schools. The local schools, we did a stratified random sampling so that it represents the full range of student abilities as far as we could. And then you can see that it's actually, I mean, one of our technical research assistants who's doing the design of the system, when he looked at this result, he said, oh. So if we send our children to local schools, so that is such a big difference. So he was very shocked. He's a brand new sort of university graduate. So you can see a big difference. And then even for the Chinese language, you see, of course, this is the overall. The overall score between the international school and the Hong Kong schools is the same. But you can see that for them, the areas where they excel is very different. Say this one is managing the information. We were observing the children working. They don't have enough, so they were not very good with the define because they don't have the language ability. But they were very good with searching. We saw them searching for the Chinese term using the dictionary and then translating from the English back to Chinese using web tools. So they are very technology savvy for learning, but they don't have the basic language skills. So this is mathematics. Again, in mathematics, they excel us. So